It's difficult to describe my music to people who haven't heard it before. You know, it's cinematic guitar soundscapes. I started playing guitar when I was 17. I had previously taken lessons, did like 8 years of piano lessons when I was a little kid. I played the trombone all through middle school and high school, and so I was like very much trained, you know, the proper way to play those instruments. And with the electric guitar, I was at a point where I didn't want anyone to tell me how to play. So I never took lessons, and I think that that's why guitar pedals appeal to me so much, because it was really a way to come up with sounds that didn't necessarily sound like a guitar, didn't necessarily sound like music that was already out there. It's been great because, you know, the reason I love guitar pedals is because they inspire what I do. The guitar is like such a small part of it for me. So really like having a pedal board filled with effects like that, that's like the palette that I'm gonna be painting the sound with. So usually when I'm composing, I start out by putting a board together or putting, you know, a few effects together. So it's kind of, effects are great on their own, but I feel like that's when kind of like the alchemy happens, or that's when I'm like putting my personal stamp on it, or it's like I get to be creative by, you know, placing these two effects together, or, you know, like doing some messed up signal chaining, like doing something wrong, or feel like that's really when I get to put my personal stamp on things. For me, it's not so much about just like how the pedal sounds, it's how will it interact with my other effects. And you're looking for different things when you're using pedals with other effects than if, say, you know, I was a rock guitar player and an overdrive was the only thing in my arsenal. And so I'm looking for different things specifically, and I think that's why I'll pay attention when, yeah, there's a new overdrive or there's a new delay. So I put this board together to perform my song, Gathering the Elements, and it's interesting to me because the only pedal that is original to that song when I composed it is the Boss PS5. Everything else, and I do this all the time, but I put together just all these different pedals to kind of come up with a live arrangement of the song. So for the very beginning, I'm using my Eventide H9, I'm using the organ preset in conjunction with an octave up dialed in on the Electro-Harmonix pitchfork. And so that sound that I originally created, if you listen on the album, I was using Hog for that particular sound. And that's the first layer. The bowed part, I am using my Spiral Electric Effects overdrive. It sounds really great with the bow. You know, you really need some kind of like boost and a little bit of like warmth and texture to the sound to really capture the bowed guitar well. And I have the Super Puss, a way huge Super Puss. Then I'm using it's like the newest collaborative pedal from Chase Bliss Audio, the Mood. The channel that was developed by Old Blood Noise Endeavors. I have the reverb dialed like halfway between, like if it's dialed all the way back, then you get this cool like multi-tap delay. And if you dial it all the way clockwise, and you get just this really smeary reverb. So I have it like halfway between those two things. And it's just this beautiful lushness. And then, of course, I have the Cathedral setting on the Maris Mercury 7. And so that's really kind of setting the atmospheric layer for that song. So one of my favorite presets on the H9 is actually from the Space Reverb pedal, which of course is contained in the H9, but it's the mangled verb. It's like a distorted reverb, which I am further distorting and mangling by running it through the Earthquaker device's Black Ash and the Mercury 7. So I'm just like really kind of like blowing that out. Then for the next layer, I am using the Empress Effects Zoya. It's a patch that I downloaded that a user created and uploaded to patch storage. It's called Harmonic Pixies, and so it's like this really nice pitch shifted delay. And I'm running that again through the Super Puss and the Mood, and I'm adding the Maris Polymoon in there. Just the way that the phaser is dialed in just really adds this really nice brightness to the sound. For the last part, I am using one of the synth sounds from the H9 Hot Saws for that nice bass, and I'm running it through the Earthquaker Devices Nightwire for like a hard tremolo for that. Then for the finale, I turn off the tremolo, so I just have this like nice kind of evolving low synth patch, and I hit my Boss PS5 Super Shifter. I have it set to the T-arm setting, and so it's just doing this nice glissando up an octave. So that is that's where my PS5 gets to shine.